Hello, my name is Joel Erickson, and today I will be discussing health educators' roles and responsibilities and the certification. Before I begin, let me explain the history of the Certified Health Education Specialist exam, also known as the CHES exam. A certification is a process by which a professional organization grants recognition to an individual who, upon completion of a competency-based curriculum, can demonstrate a predetermined standard of performance. In 1978, Dr. Helen Clary was the person mostly responsible for establishing the certification for health educators. There are a few reasons why the CHES exam was developed. The first reason was growing marketplace interest for the demand of health educators. Another reason was the tendency to call themselves or their staff health educators to satisfy this demand. But the main reason was because of the evolving professional organization that was becoming increasingly concerned about professional standards and quality assurance, and universities that were training health educators that were caught between the demands of the marketplace and the demands of the professional organization. The roles and responsibilities were developed from the framework for the development of competency-based curricula for entry-level health educators. It contains 7 responsibilities that specify the scope of practice for health educators. It is very important that students should review these competencies on a regular basis during the professional preparation program. The first responsibility is to assess individuals and community needs for health education. The community empowerment encourages the population to take ownership for their health programs. This provides the foundation for program planning, and it determines what health problems might exist in any given group. This includes determination of community resources available to address the problem and includes careful data collection and analysis. The competencies for the first responsibility include assessing existing health-related data, collecting health-related data, distinguishing between behaviors and foster and hinder well-being, determining factors that influence learning, identifying factors that foster or hinder the process of health education, and inferring needs for health education from obtaining data. The second responsibility is to plan health education strategies, interventions, and programs. Their actions are based on the needs assessment done for the community. This involves the development of goals and objectives which are specific and measurable. Interventions are developed that meet the goals and objectives, and according to the rules of sufficiency, strategies are implemented which are effective and have been a reasonable chance of meeting stated objectives. The competencies for the second responsibility include involving people and organizations in program planning, incorporating data analysis and principles of community organizations, formulating appropriate and measurable program objectives, developing a logical scope and sequence for plan for health education practice, distinguishing strategies, interventions, and programs consistent with the specified objectives, selecting appropriate strategies to meet objectives, and assessing factors that affect implementation. The third responsibility is to implement health education strategies, interventions, and programs. The implementation is based on thorough understanding of the priority population that utilizes a wide range of education methods and techniques. The competencies include initiating a plan of action, demonstrating a variety of skills in delivering strategies, interventions, and programs, using a variety of methods to implement strategies, interventions, and programs, and conducting training programs. The fourth responsibility is conducting evaluation research related to health education. This depends on the setting, utilized tests, surveys, observations, tracking epidemiological data, or other methods of data collection. This also helps health educators to make use of research to improve their practice. The competencies for the fourth responsibility include developing plans for evaluation and research, reviewing research and evaluation procedures, designing data collection instruments, carrying out evaluation and research plans, interpreting results from evaluation and research, and inferring implementations for findings for future health-related activities. The fifth responsibility is to administer health education strategies, interventions, and programs. Administration is generally a function of the more experienced practitioner, which involves facilitating cooperation among personnel, both within and between programs. The competencies for the fifth responsibility include exercising educational leadership, securing fiscal resources, managing human resources, obtaining acceptance and support for programs. The sixth responsibility is to serve as a health education resource person. This involves skills to access needed resources and establish effective consultative relationships. The competencies include using health-related information resources, responding to requests for health information, selecting resource materials for dissemination, and establishing constructive relationships. The seventh responsibility is to communicate and advocate for health and health education. This translates scientific language into understandable information, as well as address diverse audiences in diverse settings. This also formulates and supports rules, policies, and legislation, and advocates for the profession for health education. The competencies include analyzing and responding to current and future needs in health education, applying a variety of communication methods and techniques, promoting the health education profession individually and collectively, and influencing health policies to promote health. Now that we understand the roles and responsibilities, we can talk about the certification. A certified health educational specialist is someone who meets required academic preparation qualifications, successfully passed a competency-based examination administered by the National Commission for Health Education Credentialing, and satisfies the continuing education requirements to maintain the national credential. To be a certified health education specialist, you must take the CHES exam. Eligibility to take the CHES exam is based exclusively on academic qualifications. An individual is eligible to take the examination if they have a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree from an accredited institution of a higher education. They also must have either an official transcript that clearly shows a major in health education, or they can take the CHES exam if they have an official transcript that reflects at least 25 semester hours or 37 quarter hours of coursework with specific preparation addressing the areas of health educators. Thank you for listening to my training video on health educators' roles and responsibilities and certification. Have a great day.